Hello students, my name is Kamboj. In this video, I'm going to give you some tips to handle part 2 in Ielts speaking. We also call it as cue card. So, without wasting much time, let's begin. There are some questions that most of students have. Students are generally confused that they don't know what is the best way to give part 2 answer. They don't know how they can handle, how they can generate ideas, how they can make story. They have many questions in their mind and they are confused. That's why they couldn't able to perform well in part 2. So today I will discuss about the different questions that students have, all confusions, and then I will clear all those things so that you could able to understand everything in a better way. So the first one is the question that students have: how do I prepare cue card, or how to prepare cue card? So there isn't any specific method to prepare cue card because everyone have different ability. Some students are very good in making stories. They can make story instantly. They can describe things in a very good way. However, some students don't know how to generate ideas, even though the topics are quite simple, but still they couldn't able to manage part 2 because they don't know how to develop their ideas. They have many ideas, but they don't know how to present those ideas in front of the teacher. So the first question that student normally ask to the teachers: do we need to give background statement? Because I'm going to start with the very basic, that normally when we start part 2 answer, some students make some background statements and then they go to the topic and they start their main topic by saying, today I would like to talk about this thing, or some students, today I'm gonna talk about this, and they use different lines, like they use different introductory lines to present their views and to give the answer to the question which is being asked by the teacher. So to give the answer to this question, I would say that there isn't any compulsion to make background statement, because if you are making background statement, that means you are making a base, then you will build your story on that base. But if you do not know how to make that base, then it would be fine. It wouldn't hamper your scores and it wouldn't be lower your scores if you can't able to make good background statement. So just leave this thing. If you don't want to make background statement, it would be totally fine. I'm not gonna recommend any student to make background statement because it's normal. Like if the teacher asked question to you, they do not expect that you are going to give background statement or any other information in the beginning. They normally expect that you are going to give direct answer to them. Then it's up to you. If you give direct answer, then you can talk about some other things, your opinion, other side, and like the cues that you have. You can talk about all those things. So overall, I would say that if you want to make background statement, it would be fine. If you don't want to, then it would be also okay. So just avoid this question. Don't think much about this thing. If you have capability to make a line or two in the starting of your cue card, you can. If you don't have capability, just avoid, just skip this thing and just begin your answer in a very simple way. That would be fine. No need to make or look at too fancy. So some students also have some questions that do they need to make long background statement? So what is the biggest mistake that most of students do while giving background statement is that they waste their mostly half minute or 40 seconds on talking about something that they are making as their base. They don't talk about the question that teacher asked to them. They are just giving answer round and round and round and waste their half minute on talking about background statement. Don't do this mistake. You only have 2 minutes to present your ideas. If you want to cover all the cues, don't waste your much time on making background statement, because there isn't any specific scores for making background statement or long background statement. If you want to just give a line or two and then start your answer, don't take it too long. The thing that teacher asked to use, that is the most important thing that you have to answer. If you don't answer the question, then you will not get good scores. So give more preference to the giving answer to the question instead of giving too long background statements. The second question is it compulsory to cover all cues? You all see the cue card. When you get cue card, you see a big line, then you see 3-4 cues under this. And in between those big line and 3-4 cues, you also see a line where they write, you should say. That means they are recommending you to use these cues that would be helpful for you to explain your answer in a good way, but that is not at all compulsory. If it is compulsory, they might write you have to say. That means it's compulsory. They might write that you must say, but they do not mention like this. They always write like this, you should say. That means it's not compulsory. There isn't anything to confuse you. Many students think that if they miss 2 or 3 cues while giving their answer in part 2, they will not get scores. It's not the case. If you skip the cues, it would be totally fine, but if you use the cues, it would be the great thing. So it's up to you. Whatever option you want to choose, you can. The third one is, what is the way to present a story? I would definitely say that there isn't any specific way to present the story. This is something that is an art. Every person have different ability to make stories. Some people make very good stories. They explain things in such a way that it looks that they are experiencing those things in reality. We feel that those stories are real, but in actual those stories are not real. But on the other hand, some people don't have ability to make stories. They don't know how they can develop their ideas, how they can organize those things, how they can able to develop their ideas in a way that it looks like a story. So in that case, or there is a format that you can follow that would definitely help you to get good scores. For that thing, firstly, it's optional to use background statement. I'm not gonna recommend anyone, or I'm not gonna restrict anyone to use background statement. It's optional. If you want to, you can. But one thing I would definitely say, don't waste your time. Don't waste your much time on these things. Many students waste their lot of energy thinking about background statement. When they see the question, they have 1 minute to prepare, and in that 1 minute they are just thinking about what the background statement they have to make. Don't waste your important time on just making background statement. See the question, see the cues, think about the story that you have to develop. Don't think much about background statement. If you have capability to make on the spot background statement, just do it. Otherwise, no need to waste your time on those things. The second thing is, introduce what you have to say. Like, use these types of lines. This is not, compulsion to use this specific line. Whatever line you have, you can use that one. Today I would like to talk about, you can use such type of lines. These types of lines are called as signposting. That means you are using those types of words that make it very clear to the teacher that now you are going to talk about this thing. That means I would like to talk about, it's clear to the teacher now you started your topic. Then if you start your explanation, you can talk like to get into details. That means now you are going to explain those things. That means you are giving signposting, and it makes it so easy for the teacher to follow the things that you are discussing, to follow the things that you are talking. And it makes it so clear and coherent that you could able to get good scores in coherence section very easily. So use these types of lines not only in your main topic, like introducing in your main topic, use these types of signposting in between your topic as well, so that it would be helpful for you to make it clear everything to the teacher. Now, like, students might ask me that what type of other like lines or signposting words that they can use. You can use linkers that we normally use in writing, but don't use too formal linkers. Use those types of linkers, those are not that much formal. Now student might ask me that what are formal linkers and what are informal linkers. I will make a different video on linkers and complex structures later on. So now just focus on cue cards. So if you want to know about formal or informal words and linkers, then watch my upcoming video. So the next one is, you can also use some other types of signposting. You can use cues, like whatever cues you get, you can use the words from that cue, and then it would be work as in signposting words, and you can then explain those things. And at the same time, it would be also helpful for you to cover all the cues, and at the same time you will also able to explain everything in a very clear way. So this is a one method that I would recommend to follow each and every student. The next question is how to generate ideas. Many students face problem in generating ideas. They don't know how they can think about the ideas. They normally, waste their 1 minute on thinking. They do not get any idea. And then when it's about to speak, that time they don't know what to speak. They are just making stories round and round. The sentence they used and the next sentence that they use is not connecting with each other. They don't have coherence in their speaking when they don't know how to generate ideas. So one thing I would recommend to every student, that just be simple, connect the questions with your real life, because Ielts is something not related to anything technical or anything that is professional. It's a language. They always ask questions that we normally listen in normal life. So just connect those questions in your life, because there isn't anything that you don't know. You know everything. Whatever question the teacher asks to you, you definitely have any information about that topic. And then you also have cues to cover and explain to and extend that topic. So you can use cues. So just generate an idea. Let's say I can give an example of one question. Some students get questions like, talk about something that you get for free. So in that type of questions, students don't know what they talk. Do they talk about clothes? Do they talk about technology? Do they talk about normal grocery items? What they talk? They normally get confused. So you can talk about anything you want to. You can talk about washing machine that you get. You might get free utensils with that. You can talk about microwave. You might get a recipe book free of cost with that. You might talk about something else, like if you are gym lover, then you might use proteins. You can talk about like recently I bought a weight gainer or a fat burner, and with that I got a shaker or a strap to exercise. You can talk about anything. Like I can give many ideas related to this topic without even thinking about a second. So you can also make like this. You can, if you relate those things around yourself, you can get ideas in a very simple way. So this is all about the question that most of students have in their mind related to cue card. That is also part 2 topic in Ielts speaking. So thanks for watching my video, and if you are new at my channel, please like, share and subscribe my channel for latest update. Thanks a lot.